All right, guys, welcome back to our channel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to have success with Calibrachoa, or otherwise known as, in the proven winners world, Superbells. And what I have here is one of my absolute favorite colors. This is Superbells Yellow. Been growing this for a number of years and it's been very successful. And as you can tell, I have this on a raised platform, just a little stand actually. And it's got one Superbells in here in a pretty small pot. And I've had this in my fall container section for probably about 6 to 7 months. And it's been doing really, really well. And as you can tell, it's pretty full. It's getting a little bit leggy in certain sections. And in certain spots, when we turn this a little bit, you can tell that that was probably facing the back. This is not as full as the sun-facing side, but that's okay because that's the way we have it planted, or that's the way we have it facing anyways. So the key to success with these plants, especially Superbells, is to plant them in either a container, as this one is, or plant it in a hanging basket. Both applications are fantastic, but you don't want to plant these in the ground because they don't like to get wet for a long duration of time. They like to dry out between waterings, so this absolutely is the best way to grow them. Even the Proven Winners website tells you exactly how to do that. If you want to look into that a little bit more, you can go on to Proven Winners and find out information for all the plants that they have available. So what I did is I planted this in the container with some great potting mix and then put some slow release fertilizer. In the fall, I fertilize it with a water soluble once every 2 weeks, and in the summer I'll do it once every week because it takes a lot of energy to put on these blooms, and it's really the key to success. Water soluble fertilizer, big time plus. Anyways, and the other key to success is put it in a place where it gets plenty of sun, because all of these blooms require a lot of sunlight to create the energy enough to make it flush forward and put on all of these wonderful blooms. A couple things to note is if you're in an area where you are prone to any kind of aphids or things like that, they could be susceptible to that, and also budworms. There's a great remedy for both of those situations if you have them. One is to give this a slow release systematic fertilizer that takes care of aphids and disease. I'll link that below. Or you can spray them with a benign organic insecticide that takes care of things like aphids. One of those being Rose+X. That's very, very easy to use. You either can buy it pre-mixed, or you can mix it yourself and have it in 1 gallon spray pressure sprayers. Those both work really well depending on how many plants you have to do. And then for the budworms, I use a spray called BT, and I put that on the screen right here so you can see it. Spraying this once a week preventatively really keeps the budworms away. But other than that, if you can control aphids and budworms and you have plenty of sun, this is what could happen for you if you grow your own Superbells in containers. Now this one I've been growing for a number of months, like I said, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my snips here. I think I got these snips at the dollar store, which who could beat $1, right? I probably should buy some new ones, but hey, they work great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around, I'm going to snip off some of these leggy branches, and what that will do, it will encourage it to grow fuller and put on more blooms. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So taking the snips, you can kind of tell where it naturally wants to be snipped back based on what's hanging. So I'm going to probably take it right about here, and it will probably grow a little bit further. I've had, which is really weird, I've had Superbells grow almost 3 feet down in a hanging basket, and that was incredible. They typically don't grow that long, but it was a successful year for sure. So let's go ahead and come in here and cut some of these off. Kind of like you're giving a haircut, actually. Making it nice and even. Anything that's hanging too low, just cut that off. And then you can always stand back. There's no real wrong way to do this. They say that you shouldn't take off more than 20% of the plant, which I agree with. Although I have had some plants where I've cut a little bit further back than that, and they've come back just fine, depending on what time of the year you're cutting them back. But since this is right before spring, we should be just fine. All right, and you can tell that already looks better. I'm probably going to stand back just a little bit. I'm a little bit more on this side. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just cutting off some of these lower stringy ones. And then some of the dead that's underneath here, I like to kind of go in and get that all out too. And then we turn this around so you can kind of see the backside. The backside is going to be, of course, a little bit higher. And I have some of this dead stuff here that I can get out to create better airflow. This is next to the roses, so there's a little bit of rose debris there. But yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, some of this stuff underneath is really needing a trim. And if you can see, there's some branches underneath here that are not part of the plant at all. So I'm going to come in here and get rid of those. And a sharp snip is super helpful because it really does help keep a nice clean cut. And I'm going to come around here on this side and finalize that a little bit. Since I went underneath, I kind of pulled some of those down, which kind of revealed more of those leggy branches. And this will make it all even all the way across. So that is it. As you can tell, that trim made such a big difference. I probably could have taken it up a little bit further, but it's not necessary, especially since we're not even into spring yet. And this plant will have plenty of time to rebound and even grow further and do a great job doing what it does. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, everybody.